Going over to the political part podcast, you have Matt Gaetz saying he will not return to Congress in 2025 and hinting at maybe a run for Florida governor. Now, this comes with thanks to Benny Johnson in his actually interview with Charlie Kirk. Now, Benny says, actually, he doesn't say anything, he just quotes Gaetz. So, in this case, just go ahead and have Matt say it straight from the horse's mouth, so to say. And like all gentlemen, he did, of course, suit up. Although, I don't know why he looks awkward in this video.
So, Matt, I now have to ask about.
Those glasses are terrible, Matt. I was like, Rachel, is he trying to steal from Rachel Maddow's wardrobe? Did he? In terms of marketing, F minus, Matt. He's had some good puns throughout the years, and he's pro 2A, so I appreciate that, of course. And he actually did introduce a bill for term limits for folks in government, which very rare. Interestingly enough, teamed up with the OC. I thought that was a good idea, but unfortunately it went nowhere. But yeah, come on, where are those frames coming from?
About just what your plans are, and it's okay if you have to, punt on it because you might not know. It's important to know you resigned from this Congress, not the next Congress. Our audience is 100% behind Matt Gaetz, by the way. They are very, very upset that you were not able to get all the way to Attorney General. I have to ask, what is next for Matt Gaetz?
I'm still going to be in the fight, but it's going to be from a new perch. I do not intend to join the 119th Congress. There are a number of fantastic Floridians who've stepped up to run for my seat, people who have inspired with their heroism, with their public service. And I'm actually excited to see Northwest Florida go to new heights and have great representation. Charlie, I've been in an elected office for 14 years. I first got elected to the state house when I was 26 years old, and I'm 42 now. And I've got some other goals in life that I'm eager to pursue with my wife and my family. And so I'm going to be fighting for President Trump. I'm going to be doing whatever he asks of me, as I always have. But I think that 8 years is probably enough time in the United States Congress. In Florida, our voters got to vote on term limits for state government, and the campaign was 8 is enough. And so you can only do 8 years in the Florida House of Representatives. And so it seems like a pretty poetic time to allow that great new blood to come in, to allow my district to have high quality representation. And don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not taking off for a tropical excursion for the rest of my life. I am here to help save this country. And one thing the great patriots at Turning Point know, we need people at every level. We need brilliant lawyers on the outside. We need tough congressmen and congresswomen on the inside. We need a leadership structure under President Trump that's going to allow for durability of our movement and the ability to continue this great realignment of our politics. And so I'll play a part in that. I plan to be a big voice, but maybe not as an elected.
And this is why I never do interviews over the internets, because they usually suck. That voice, it almost sounded like a voice modulator from a bastardized, what is it? Not the Atari 2600, there's another famous competitor. The ColecoVision had a little adapter from Mattel, I believe, where you could have it say things. Voice modulators, very innovative at the time. That interview sounded about like that. And the frames, they drop more than some type of sports ball athlete who's known for dropping balls. Terrible quality. I understood kind of what he was saying, because I'm not sure why he's acquiescing from this opportunity. He was getting a lot of critique, don't get me wrong, but there's also a lot of people rooting for him, and I will speculate, did Trump ask him to bow out because he'd be too much of a lightning rod for publicity or negativity? That being said, I don't think Trump shouldn't give a damn about any of those things, just full forward fix our country. But yeah, I know a lot of folks and a couple of my friends who, a couple of friends thought he was too bombastic, too arrogant. His personality definitely isn't for everyone, and he's got some stains on his career like everyone does. But in terms of the main allegations against him, against his misconduct, the DOJ did an investigation, and they didn't find enough to actually prosecute him. So there are people saying maybe that's why he's dropped out. A lot of people are saying, well, maybe the DOJ they claimed they didn't have it, but maybe they did. There's a lot of speculation. But to me, it's really rare it's cliche to say I want to spend more time with my family. You see this from the private sector. When CEOs step down from businesses, they always have that cliche where I would actually respect them more if they just said, I messed up, they're kicking me out. No one would ever say that. I know it's not prudent, no one would, but I respect them a little bit more if they're that blunt. And again, Matt later tweets a picture of Florida, make speculations brewing there. Maybe Trump points DeSantis to something and opens it up for Matt Gaetz. There's a lot of speculation, but yeah, a lot of people are disappointed that Matt actually dropped out. Now, one of the first comments actually confirming that says, AKA simply never stop fighting, getting 71 likes. We do have a contrarian statement from Franklin, the weird leftist who is one of the white dudes for Harris, I can't help but think. But, I looked at his profile. He's a leftist, so I follow him because, again, echo chambers get a little bit boring. But I say it's weird because his name is Franklin, but he shows for the Democrats or leftists, and his profile picture is an animated girl, which, yeah. And now he actually did a post of, I forget the meat. It's a very famous painting that is used in every meme for like the past 5 years. We have the giant ripped African American bicep and the Caucasian bicep. Maybe it's supposed to be a parody of the Predator handshake between Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the two biceps are labeled Diddy and Matt Gaetz and says, who were at the parties. Now, it was not liked. Like literally, no one liked that. Statistically speaking, my videos last week got infinitely more likes than Franklin. Because technically 1 is infinitely greater than 0, but I partially jest. But Franklin, again, contrarian, that's why I follow him, so you get some contrarian statements. And no one liked it, but that is a statement. Although, when it comes to those Diddy parties, it's fascinating to see all the leftist celebrities say, oh yeah, now we're going to leave the country. Why is that? All your opportunity for your careers is in Hollywood, where you made a majority of your revenue, that's where your assets are. What would compel you to leave when the country is just going to get lower, speculative, better business environments, lower taxes? What would inspire you to leave? Now, going down to other comments, you have Genie PLV saying, because your geniuses spent 2 weeks smearing someone, patting ourselves in the back, thinking you do one, your little smear campaign. Congrats, but here's the kicker. Trump needs is an grammar be damned. I want to read it exactly as this individual typed it. Trump needs is be an AG to get confirmed, and guess what? Gaetz can still take on the role in the DOJ. Doesn't even need Senate confirmation. Not even managed to tee off the president, his appointee, his plan B. Great job, Team Chaos. They got 127 likes. I Love American News says, Senator or Special Counsel, can you imagine Matt Gaetz with the power of Jack Smith? Yeah, Matt Gaetz with the laser eyes, and it's a quote apparently from Elon Musk saying, quote, Gaetz will be our hammer of justice. They got 154 likes. And A+ for creepy marketing. You see this, it's funny, people do it like because they think it's cool. To me, it always looks creepy. And then the Trump campaign, or people on the left and the right do this. You had Biden when they were calling him Dark Brandon, which apparently was an accolade. They had a lot of pictures of Biden where he had laser eyes, which I guess that could be a compliment or a detriment depending on if I guess famous superheroes would be Superman and what was that one? The one that's homeschooled Superman. I think his name is Homelander. He didn't go to public school. I'm pretty sure the whole premise of the show is he's homeschooled. Presumably that's what the whole thing is about. I wouldn't know because I'm part of the 1% that does not have Amazon Prime. Though I do have YouTube suggested videos, so I know like 1 or 2 things about it. JD Sharp says, quote, replace Jack Smith with Matt Gaetz and send him in after the deep state, getting 120 likes. We also have Donald Trump Press Relief's comment account, talking about a long profile name, says Gaetz is where Trump needs him, not in Congress, but in the fight, getting 92 likes. ACT says, what the hell? Someone makes sense to this. Maybe not an elected member, so that leaves him off a Senate appointment as well, getting 23 likes. Shannon says he's going to expose everyone, and I'm here for it. Go Gaetz, getting 88 likes. Let's see. Mike says special counsel Gaetz in the future, question mark, getting 23 likes. Hasty Media says this played out very much differently from what I was hoping for. I hope this is the plan, getting 40 likes. One Bad Dude says we stand with you, Matt, getting 91 likes. And here we'll actually jump to Matt Gaetz tweeting out just a GIF, or GIF, I don't know how you pronounce it, to be frank. And it's just is it the Florida flag? And someone, who is this? Is responding to Anthony Sabiti, says Matt Gaetz should be our next governor of the state of Florida, which, spoiler alert, if DeSantis doesn't step down, I'm pretty sure it's not until 2026 in terms of election cycles. And DeSantis is termed out. After 2026, or he finishes his current term, he can't run again. But, unless Trump has big plans for DeSantis, I'm not sure why he would leave the role prematurely. And again, being Florida, Matt Gaetz probably has a high propensity of winning. If you look at the culture, look at the politics of Florida, I wouldn't be surprised. But I guess that'd be a little bit interesting. But again, DeSantis has done a pretty exceptional job. You're going to have a pretty compelling reason to have him leave that position. Scrolling down more and more, you have America Pop Bear saying, quote, we haven't seen the last of Matt Gaetz. Trust the process, getting 56 likes. Gunther Eagleman says, quote, let's get it done. How can I help? Getting 210 likes. Paul Zazupa says, quote, I endorse this wild dream, make Florida even more MAGA, make it deep, deep red, getting 112 likes, which, that could happen. I mean, it is fascinating to see the changes in politics and cultures throughout our lifetime. I mean, there was a time when Florida was kind of a flip, a coin toss. I mean, and even before that, it was a blue state. And now, I mean, look at the 2020, I mean, the most recent election. Well, pretty much every county in the United States is red. Only the shitties, I mean, the cities are blue. We also have Cat Turd saying, do it, getting 982 likes. Valentina Gomez says, I knew it. Let's get it. Florida man built for the battle, which Florida man, that is such an amalgamation of the most bizarre, hilarious things that encapsulates Florida. I mean, it would be, no one would ever do this. It would not be prudent or good politics. Would it be hilarious if Matt Gaetz were just have a compilation of commercials of himself doing things like a Florida man would in the most pejorative, hilariously stereotypical ways? I don't think it might not get him elected, but I don't know, it'd be funny as hell. AKA says, I believe, getting 44 likes. The redheaded libertarian, A+ for marketing, you know exactly what she's all about, says yes please, getting 144. Let's make it 145 likes. The Texas one says absolutely, getting 21 likes. Jane says Matt Gaetz for governor of Florida, getting 47 likes. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of support behind it, but again, why would DeSantis leave? And again, this is anecdotal evidence, just looking at X Twitter and the feedback there. But let me know. Do you think Matt Gaetz would be better positioned as governor of Florida? Do you think DeSantis would be? Maybe he'll join some type of position with Trump. And do you think that'd be more prudent for the party? Let me know what your thoughts are, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.